Dear class, welcome to American National Government. This is the introduction to the instructor and to the course. I am Sophia Barkett. You can call me Dr. Barkett. I teach political science at NWAC and at the University of Arkansas. Teaching philosophy. I truly believe that whoever does the work gets the knowledge. Hence, my lectures will not be dishing out all the information in readings and videos. They will be meant to make you think. You must do the work yourself to get the rewards. Learning is painful, but I'm here to explain things. That being said, you must try first. Let's look at the course content. In this course, we will learn about the history, philosophical foundations, branches, and functions of the American government and political system. How did the US model of government come about? Whose ideas were influential? How did the system evolve over time? We will examine all of this in some detail. Federal versus state versus local. The focus of the course will be to understand federalism, a type of power sharing among federal, state, and local governments. As such, we will examine the workings of the federal government and some aspects of the state government and the local government. At the state and federal levels, we will examine the role of courts, the legislature, and the executive branches. We will also learn about election processes, the media, public opinion, political parties, lobby groups, and more. Look at the syllabus module in Canvas for a more elaborate understanding. Civil rights and liberties. Civil rights and liberties are a key focus area of study. We will examine the US Constitution, in particular, the Bill of Rights. We will examine the experience of different racial and ethnic groups in the US. We will examine gender politics. Property and class. We will try to understand class relations in America. We will examine the development of private property and its role in American politics. We will examine the development of industrialization and the influence on politics in the 1800s and 1900s. We will examine Fordism and post-Fordism. Foreign policy. To some extent, we will talk about presidential powers and foreign policy. We will examine the role of Congress in these aspects as well. Course objectives. What can students gain from taking the course? Students will develop a working knowledge of the American government and political system. Students will complete assignments that expose them to real-world scenarios related to American government and politics. Students will develop writing and research skills. More politics courses. If you're interested to learn more about state and local politics, take that course, PLSC2003. I teach it as well as others. If you're interested more about public policy and administration, I will teach that course next semester. It is PLSC 2303. Textbook. We will use American Government 3E. It's a free book you can download from openstacks.org. That's openstacks.org. Let's go to that website right now and see how to download the book. Here we are. You'll be able to see we are in openstacks.org. What we are going to do when we go to the home page is click on the subjects menu and go all the way down to social science. Click on the button and you are in the social science books section. Click on American Government 3E. That's our book. And it gives you some options on how to get the book. I prefer to download the PDF, and you see your file is ready. Go to your file. So what's happening now is the book is opening up for you, but you still need to download it to your computer. So let's wait for the whole thing to open up. It's several hundred pages long, so it's taking a few minutes. Now you see that button right here, click on it, and it'll download to your computer. So I've saved it already. I made a folder, and I would advise you to do the same. Make a folder in your desktop and title it American National Government. That way you save it and you know where to look for it. And when you save it, you hit the save button, it will save. So the benefit of saving it this way is that you can use it even when you don't have Wi-Fi connection. So you're going to need this book to study and do homework. And so having it saved like this will save you a lot. You don't have to go looking for a cafe with Wi-Fi connection or anything to do your homework. And then just write up your homework in MS Word, right? So let's go back to our slides. So let's see what the next slide is. So as I said, make a special folder on your desktop, right? And give it a name and save it there so there you know where it is. You don't have to worry about Wi-Fi connection. Additional readings. There will be more readings. Check the syllabus module or folder in Canvas and see the schedule of readings and assignments. That schedule is essentially your class schedule. So it will tell you week to week what the readings are, what the videos are that you'll be watching, and what the assignments are. So it's giving you a breakdown. It's like a calendar for you, right? So you can see on this week, this is what we have to read. This is what the discussion questions are. And so you have an idea of the things you should be thinking about for that week. All other readings will be in the other readings module in Canvas. And we're going to look at Canvas in 1 second. In addition, there are many online videos to watch, and they are also linked to the schedule of readings and assignments. All of this is inside your syllabus module in Canvas. How to use Canvas. So let's actually go to Canvas. As you know, you can use the My NWAC with your student ID, but you can also log into Canvas directly. Let's go to Canvas right now. This is what I'm seeing for the online page. So you're in section 15 of PLSC 2003. You should see a welcome. See, these things are called modules. They're usually shut like this. If you click on it, they open up. So let's actually share that. Here we are inside Canvas. So you see the modules are here. When you click on them, they close and open. So inside the welcome message, there's this welcome message. You're seeing the course accessibility document. I'll talk about that. There's the syllabus module, as I talked about. When you click on it, it minimizes and opens up, right? So here are the course requirements, and it goes over all the things that you need, such as the textbook, laptop, notebook, access to my NY Canvas, course description. It describes the course in detail, learning objectives, topics list, skills developed. It also goes over academic standards and resources. So this is important. I want you to read that before going into the actual breakdown of assignments and grading. And the reason is that you'll see that this is, there are many personal circumstances, and I want you to be looking into those issues before getting into the course material. Types of assignments and grading. Look here, you have types of assignments. There are required assignments. You need to do these assignments to pass the course. And the list is essentially you have to complete 10 of these conceptual discussions, and we'll show where the questions are. And there are going to be 3 research projects. Students have to complete 3 out of 5. So there's 5 possible projects, but 2 of those are required. One of them is on property and the other is on civil rights. So here you see property and civil rights. And you also have extra credit assignments. So if you want to attend special lectures at NWAC or somewhere else, you can contact me about that and you'll get points for that. These have to be related to politics. They don't have to be about American politics, but they can be about social sciences. Service learning option is another option where students get certain points for volunteering time at a local nonprofit or local government agency. So look at the requirements for that. And if you're doing something like that, let me know. The grading scale, the total required points for the course are 500. Total conceptual discussions are 200, and then the 3 research projects each are 100. So the total is 300. Total possible points 500. If you do extra credit, you get some points, but you must do the required work first. All right, so here is the grading scale. Let's go back one page and see what the other policies are. Look at these other policies, right? Look at the syllabus, look at the late assignments, falling sick, teaching, academic freedom issues, honesty, plagiarism, using of ChatGPT and AI. I prefer that students don't use ChatGPT. However, some students may have certain need to use ChatGPT if they have certain kinds of disabilities and cannot read the documents themselves. They might use certain kinds of tools to help them understand what's going on. Add, drop, and withdraw from a course. So do check out the deadlines for adding and dropping courses so that you can save money. So after a certain point, if you drop a course, you don't get a total refund, right? So you need to be aware of those deadlines. There's a link here. Go to the link if you're worried about the dates. Academic support. Students can find a lot of help regarding academics. The library is actually one of these resources, and I'm going to correct this page to reflect that. But check out the student resources link here if you need that. And look at civility issues. So this is about how you conduct yourself in a classroom, whether it's online or not. Concealed carry doesn't sort of go, it's not important for you all because you are online, but there are certain policies for NWAC, and do look at that. Lastly, if you're having a bad time in this course, or if you don't like my way of grading or instruction, you're welcome to take it up with my supervisor. So do check that information. Technical support, if you have any trouble with NWAC technical stuff like Canvas or email, check these phone numbers. Some of you might be taking public transportation to and fro, this doesn't concern people who are online, but maybe you come to class at NWAC in one of the campuses, but you take this course online. So do check out these resources. So here's your schedule of readings and assignments that I talked about. You see, they've been broken up into dates, right? Week 1 is August 26 to September 1. And then technically we have, if you have a face-to-face course, we have 2 days in the week, right? So we meet on a Monday, Wednesday, or a Tuesday, Thursday. So I break up the reading and the work into 2 days. And I expect the same I do the same for the online format. So I break up the work so it's easier on you and it's not a whole bunch of work together. So this way, manage your time schedule so that you get the work done. If you're falling behind because you're working a lot, you're spending a lot of time at work or taking care of family, then think about your schedule and make time every day for a little bit of studying. You need to get to a personal space where nobody else will bother you, even if it's like at night after everyone's fallen asleep, maybe do 1 hour of study. And I think that's a really good time to do the work as well, right? Or you could go to a cafe or, the library somewhere. Those are great places. So this breaks down, the kind of discussion questions you should be thinking about. It also talks to you about deadlines that are coming up. You see here, I'm saying research project 1 is due, right? So you're looking at all of that. So do look at all of these. And when big projects are coming up, like research projects, I give you early warning, and then there's a deadline. And then here you are, you can see what the research project question is. So if you want to start working on your own, you could do that. And want to get ahead, you can do that. So here is a due date. I really want people to be finishing by the due date, but circumstances do come up, personal emergencies come up. I understand that. I'm willing to give you a few more days, but you're really going to fall behind if you take too many extra days because the work is not going to stop, right? Every day we will have new things to look at, new readings, new videos, new discussion questions to think about. Let's go back a bit. So here you have the syllabus module, Canvas. There's also some resources, Canvas support and other student resources. So you can click on that link and it'll take you to resources. I want you all to start here though. The first week, I want you to introduce yourself. Look at this. This is a required activity. Tell me who you are, what some subjects you like studying, all of that, right? Tell us a little bit about you. It's due September 8th. Then look at the Syllabus module discussion forum. So I want you to look at all that stuff in the syllabus module and then ask questions. And if you don't have questions, I want you to say that I don't have questions. That way I know that you've read things. So that's what you're supposed to do the first week. And first week, we do also have some work, right? There was a little bit of readings and things. So let's keep scrolling down. Here are the other readings modules. So it might be minimized. You can open it up. You'll see some readings here. And these will be things that you open up and read over the semester based on the schedule of readings and assignments, right? And let's go back a little bit. Here you have the weekly discussion forum module. You're supposed to answer all 10 of these. So weeks 1 and 2, you have one activity here. It's set up as a discussion forum, but you have to post your answer first in order to see what other people have written. So, do your work, post it. These are 20 points, but, they count. And so do your work well. You don't have to write too much. Look at all the requirements, read them. For example, here are the questions, right? It introduces you to what you have to do. And then for highest points, there's like a best practices kind of a thing. So you read that before completing it so you know what you're supposed to do. So you have to do 10 of those. And then here are the research projects. So the first one is on elitism and pluralism. So here we are. This is due September 16th, and you're looking at a particular type of question, and there are a few parts. And so the total points are 100 for each of these. You're only supposed to do 3. So let's look at the possible. One is elitism and pluralism. The second one is required. It's on the development of property, the institution of properties and private property and other kinds of property. So we'll look at that one as a requirement for all. The third one is also required, and that's set by the department. It's called Civil Rights Movement. So you guys will be looking at civil rights related questions. And there's 2 more options. One is on the Congress and accountability, and the last one is on interest groups. So let's go back to the PowerPoint that we have. So we've walked through Canvas. You know where to find things, right? Modules are just folders. Modules are fancy names for folders, right, in Canvas. Weekly assignments, you saw what assignments are due. You have those 10 weekly discussions, and you go to the weekly discussion forum and then complete the assignment there. Click to add title. Okay, so wait a minute. Work is divided week by week and day. You saw that in the schedules of readings and assignments, right? So let's see. So that's what you need to look at in the syllabus. And lastly, weekly discussion forums. We looked at that. Discussion forum questions, research projects, grading process. So I'm going to grade your work as soon as you submit it, but give me a few days. You will get points, and then you look at the grade book to see what points you got. I'll be offering feedback under your answer on how to improve your work for higher points. So make sure you do the corrections by the given time, which is usually 1 week from the date that I grade it, and then you can get more points. So I always work with students about, making sure that they produce better work and get higher points. Assignment types, we went over that in Canvas itself. Contact me. So contact me anytime you need to. If there's an emergency, if you want to meet me face to face, if you have an issue that's come up in your life that you think that I need to know about, so go ahead and contact me. Use the inbox messaging option in Canvas. And you should be checking Canvas at least twice a week. to make sure that you get messages from me. I will be sending reminders for assignments, what kind of readings and what kind of topics are coming up and things like that to make sure you don't fall behind. So make sure you check your inbox in Canvas. Meeting in person. I'm happy to meet in person, even though this is an online class. If you want to just drop by my office, check the syllabus for my office hours. Other course policies, as I said, read everything in the syllabus module carefully. Okay, so one of the big issues that you need to talk to me about is accessibility. If anyone has any concern with the course material, such as you're finding it hard to understand the course material, perhaps because English is not a first language or something, or because you cannot hear me very well, or because you cannot see very well. So those are issues that we need to address immediately. So make sure you look at the accessibility file in the under the welcome message. Okay, so for those who need to download a copy of the syllabus, there is a downloadable copy, and you should be able to use a text-to-voice editor on your computer to read those documents. Late work, being sick, as I said, I'm flexible with deadlines, but I do need you to turn in work on time so that you don't fall behind. Do your own work. So NWAC really wants you to succeed in life. You need to develop the skills that we are trying to teach you, right? And so therefore, do your own work. NWAC doesn't want you to borrow somebody else's work or hand in something that you saw online, okay? Unless a project requires collaboration, do your own work. So there's a saying, no pain, no gain, right? We are trying to help you. It's going to be painful, but unless you do it, you don't get the rewards. Pace yourself. Give yourself time every week for studying and for completing assignments. I'm making the weekly discussion forum assignments short so that you get some time to breathe after you read and watch all the videos. But at the end of the day, make sure you finish the work. Technology. If you have any technology-related issues, contact IT department at NWAC. There's a link in your syllabus. Save your work. Save all your assignments in MS Word. So start the assignments in MS Word and then save them. Edit your work before sharing on discussion forums because it's professional. You're in a professional space, right? You want to hand in your best work. Keep a USB file to save all your laptop work as well, just in case. Disputes, we went over that. As for why you should learn, why take the course, I'll spend a few seconds. Of course, learning is fun. I'm going to try and keep it simple, fun, and meaningful. But you also need to treat yourself as a human being. Make sure you relax, take care of yourself, and also study. If you work 40 hours a week, and many of you do, you will not like college because you won't have time to breathe. You won't have time to rest. So free up time for studying. Maybe you don't work 40 hours a week. Find a purpose. I want you to find 5 reasons why you should study the subject matter. 5 questions you have about government. What might be some of those reasons? Can it help you in your career path? Does it help you understand some aspect of society? Are you an intellectual and just love learning? Career. So look at jobs in Indeed.com, LinkedIn, or other career sites. What kind of careers are you looking to pursue? look at the requirements. Do they ask for knowledge of the American government, of state and local politics? Oftentimes, you might, get into a career in business, in engineering, even like in the culinary practices or in healthcare. But you have to know so much regulation, right? You have to understand how the government works. So this is what we do. We are giving you the introduction to that. Higher education. Many of you want to get a bachelor's or a master's or a PhD, something related to higher education, right? So take this course and you can transfer it to University of Arkansas or other place of higher learning. NWAC offers the same course, but it is far less expensive than if you take it at a private college or university. So I'm going to stop here. That's a lot to take in. Watch this video carefully and read all the policy stuff in the syllabus module, okay? And make sure you do the start here assignment. So I'm going to